I heard the Holy Spirit say, yeah, they just out here saying anything now. That full moon is hitting, ain't it? Man, it's hitting hard with that retrograde coming in with receipts. Welcome to Spiritual Core TV. Without further ado, let's jump into this energy and see what's going on. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning back, you already know what it is. Let's just see. Oh man, somebody is lying about you hurting them, okay? So somebody's blaming all their pain, all their hurt on you, okay? So somebody's saying that you hurt them, whoever you are, good, bad, and or indifferent. This is what somebody is saying. Spirit said they just out here saying anything right now. You are too nice. I don't deserve your kindness. So this is the truth. Somebody's saying that you hurt them, but deep down inside, they know that you're too good for them, that they don't deserve your kindness. Okay, so as soon as somebody lies about who you are and what you've done and what they're trying to force you to be responsible for, you get vindicated in a conversation where you're not there to defend yourself, chosen one. I don't think you care to show up in these conversations with these people talking about whatever is going on. Somebody is finally deciding to accept the fact that the pain won't stop. That's what it says. If they keep going like this, yeah, they're just out here saying anything at this point to run away from themselves, to get away from accountability. Something about taking accountability. You know, when you say something wrong, you know when it's wrong. Even if you're not given the opportunity to apologize to anybody personally, you have to make amends with your higher self about what it is that you've done. 144 on the timer and talk to the divine. But somebody's not even willing to do that in the privacy of themselves. You ever seen people in the privacy of themselves run from themselves? There's nobody else there. There's nobody to be embarrassed by. There's nobody to hold them accountable. So what happens? They seek outside of themselves. They look for other people to believe what it is that they want people to believe about them. These are people that care more about the external world and what things look like as opposed to what it is. Because when the silence is there, it's deadening. It's a deathly silence. Why? Because they have to die to old ways of being and old ways of thinking. Somebody is saying, will you leave me like the others? Okay, so whoever this person is, they suffer from abandonment. They suffer from loneliness. Being alone and being lonely are two completely different frequencies. One absolutely should pursue knowing the difference between the two. That's a good way to say that. I have to really choose my words carefully. Retrograde always puts me to the test. I think it's because I talk for a living. I was born to talk. I got the gift of gab, and this is something that I'm here to do. So retrograde is like, watch your words, watch your say, be mindful, set your intention. Okay. Somebody is suffering from abandonment. Yeah, it hurts so much. Okay, so this person is being forced to take accountability, which means that they could be sitting in an energy of embarrassment. If they talk bad about you and they're saying that you hurt them and you are the reason why their life is messed up, whatever the case, they're being forced to take accountability. So that means that the universe has vindicated you on charges of somebody that's saying the reason why their life is in shambles is because of you leaving them behind. Had you never left them, they would have been further along. Had they never helped you, they, maybe this, that, and the other. Whatever the case, I feel like we've all been on both ends of the spectrum when it comes to allegations like this. There are some very innocent people who literally went into situations with good intentions, and you had people that had the opposite intentions. Very, how do you call it? What do they call it? Ulterior motives to destroy you. And then you have some people that want to make you seem like you're the person that hurt them when really you were walking into a situation that could have never been healed. Okay. So with trauma bonding, this could have something to do with somebody's deeply seated dysfunctional bloodline. And then they go and they seek out a relationship or a friendship, and all the demons come to the surface, and now you're the bad guy. And even when you walk away, they go to and fro looking for new people to trauma bond with, to tell their sad story to, because then they need people to be the bad guy. This is somebody running from accountability. Yeah, it's a copycat energy too. Somebody's trying to copy your flow instead of just listening to who they are. That's too much like right. That's crazy. Too much like right. Don't go wrong, because nobody's falling for these illusions. They've all been shattered and eliminated with illusionists in the reverse. It's a bad rendition of somebody who is continuing to pursue copyright infringement. It's a copycat energy. I didn't do it. You did it. Yes, you did. No, you're not. Are you trying to be like me? No, I'm not. And it's a whole liar. So what do you do in situations like that? I'll use myself as an example. When I see that somebody's committed to turmoil or committed to illusions and the divine has already revealed to me my part in the situation, and I then am being required to hold myself accountable to even engaging in something that is not real or imagined, right? I then remove myself. What happens when you remove yourself? You then leave people to sit there talking to themselves, dealing with themselves. And then they seek for people to agree with them, to vindicate them, to tell their story to. And the people that they seek out are just like them because they feed into their fears. They feed into it. They never seek out the truth. Mind you, you've removed yourself, chosen one. They never seek out the truth to say, hey, what actually happened? But does it really matter? If everybody's holding themselves accountable, does it really matter what actually happened? Just hold yourself accountable and move forward. For some people, again, this is too much like right. And again, a lot of them want to copy your signature, but that's not their signature. That's not who they are, genuinely. We're in the age of genuine, authentic nature. That is a law. It can't be changed. Who said so? The creator. Which creator? The creator that created everything in creation. Period. Okay? Whoever this LGBTQ situation is, same sex, two guys, two girls, a whole group, something about them trying to steal, okay? Embezzlement, spiritual robbery, they're going through it. Yeah, because somebody's really mad that you're in this authentic energy and that life is showing you something new and they're not a part of it, okay? Attraction, infatuation. Somebody's infatuated with somebody else in a workplace situation. They want access to you. They want access to your knowledge. They want access to how you think. They want access to your endeavors. They want access to how you talk to the divine, okay? This is a thief. This is somebody that could be luring somebody in by way of a same-sex relationship. What's LGBTQIA? Because they know that you're an earth angel. You're somebody that's held in high honor. So these are students. These are people that are copycats, but they're getting caught up by way of copyright infringement. Why did I hear copyright infringement? Trying to take credit for your work because these people are fake and phony. Why LGBTQIA came out, sexuality has nothing to do with it. Let's call a spade a spade. These are people wearing a mask. These are people that are not genuine. So they're trying to mimic your genuine nature. These are pretenders. So they're trying to fake their kindness. But you can see right through it because you have divine intuition. Once your intuition is connected to the divine, can't nobody come up in your face and lie to you. And if you believe a lie, you got to ask yourself, why do I want to believe a lie? Let me look at myself and hold myself accountable. Cool guy, okay? Attractive person. Somebody wants to be a major arcana. Somebody wants to be a big deal. Okay, what's going on here? Because they're watching you heal. I just heard get like me. Somebody's trying to copycat, okay? Somebody's saying that something is not having any effect on you. So now they want to copy you only because their illusions have been shattered and you're in this peaceful energy. Whenever they see us in this peaceful energy, this is a beautiful opportunity to give reverence to the creator. Yes, the creator divine is real. Okay? Whoever you are, you're coming up as a leader, somebody that is being authentic. Yeah, I can't make this up. And somebody's mad because you alchemize their nasty projections. Full moon is whooping that ass. The full moon ain't like no other full moons. Moving forward, the full moons will never be like they once were. The full moon has ascended beyond the illusions and the dark side of the shadow. Which moon you talking about? Because there's other planets that got their own moon, but some of these people were banking on the illusions of the moon, trying to put you in the dark night of the soul, and you had already healed from something, only to see themselves. That's what I just heard. Somebody said that you hurt them, collective energy work. Yeah, now they're getting shocking news that they have to face themselves. They're finding out that everybody knows that they're a liar. Sometimes you got to expose a liar, especially when the lies get too big. You know, again, taking accountability is the best way to deflect this energy. These are nasty projections. Okay. Now somebody is saying you're too nice. They see you as a kind goddess, a kind divine earth angel. Somebody's saying it hurts too much to face themselves. This is somebody that needs somebody to help them through their pain, but they're watching you solely lean on the divine and be divinely connected, and they want to be like that, but do they really? Because in order to be directly connected to source, if to say that you're a great example of that, kindred soul, these people have to first go through hell, and facing hell is sometimes a very difficult process. It's going to hurt. It's painful. This could be abandonment. This could be feeling rejected. This could be feeling left behind. This could be being in this deserted energy. Okay. I just heard on a deserted island, but somebody wants to hurry up and get to the cool guy energy, the main character energy, without having done the work. First things first, you got to take that mask off. Okay. What is this LGBTQIA? Let's see what's going on with that. Okay. This could be a guy that's into guys that's looking at a woman and trying to mirror her, because this is giving divine feminine energy. Could be a masculine as well, or somebody was trying to get into a relationship with a divine masculine or divine feminine. What is this energy, spirit? The illusions have been eliminated, so only the truth can be told and seen, and that's just what it is. So mote it be, and it is right now. Whatever timeline these people are trying to create from the past, it's already been decided. Let's see what's going on. Let me see if I can pull from these cards. Holy Spirit, Creator, you're coming up as the Queen of Swords. Immediately, right out the gate. Queen of Swords is an element, it's air energy. Okay. Your birthday could be on any given day by way of the Gregorian calendar, but by way of star alignment, you're somebody that's very highly intelligent. You speak the truth, you have supernatural abilities, and now somebody wants to get like you. Post after trying to tear you down and make you to be the bad guy. They want you to pay for something over and over. Whatever that something is, Spirit says they're being guided to hold themselves accountable to their own actions. Stop giving people your power like that. Watching you be in the Nine of Cups has them stuck. Okay, that's crazy. Somebody wants your intuition. They want your Aquarian knowledge. They want to know how you think. How is it that you're able to just transmute energy instantly like that? How is that possible? But see, there's no method to their madness. There's no one way of doing something. There's no one remedy, especially when it comes to somebody else's sickness. Somebody has to face the sickness within themselves in order to look at what has them in this dis-ease. What's causing the dis-ease? Okay. Clarify this energy that I'm feeling. What is this energy? The Chariot. Okay. Cancerian energy. So this is about forward movement. Somebody could also be passing by your house. Okay. Clarify this energy. Giving you the evil eye with the Page of Cups in the reverse. This person's plans have backfired. Illusions. You shattered these premature illusions. This is like somebody who's mastering themselves every day, looking at somebody that refuses to look at themselves. It just can't work. Okay. Somebody's saying you're too nice. I don't deserve your kindness. Okay. What is that about? They're being forced to watch you. The Hangman. They're being forced to look at you in grief with the Five of Cups because they know what it is that they've done. So what happens when you look at somebody who is dedicated to loving themselves, dedicated to the divine, dedicated to their divine path? You eventually will be forced to see yourself, like it or not. It's not about the person that they want to copy by way of copyright infringement. It's only going to lead people back to themselves. We can love you to life or we can love you to death. Death as in you got to change. We in that Scorpio energy. Or we can love you to life by way of the rebirth with this that Cancerian energy under the moon. You got to do something new up under this moon. If you're not seeking to do anything new up under the sun, then that's fine. Don't reinvent the wheel of fortune. But you got to go through these cycles on your own, and nobody's coming to save you. Which means that somebody could be meeting people that are like themselves because spirit is showing them reflections of themselves. The Eight of Cups, Pisces energy, Scorpio energy. Okay, walking away. Clarify LGBTQ. What is that about? LGBTQ, the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Same-sex lover, whether you're in a relationship with this person or not, or this is somebody that was attracted to you. Yeah, I just heard, even if you don't swing that way, Four of Pentacles, this is somebody that was coming along to harvest off of you. to take from you. The Four of Pentacles, they can't do this anymore because it keeps returning them back to themselves. Okay? They can't blame you for their pain. None of that. Okay? The Ten of Swords. I can't make this up. They can't blame you for the betrayals that they keep trying to inflict on others. Now they're feeling the blunt force of what it is that they've sent out. Clarify full moon energy. Okay. Yeah, that full moon ain't no joke right now. The Knight of Swords, the truth is being spoken right now, here in this moment. Truth be told, I can make it up. The Queen of Swords. I ain't never seen a Queen of Swords in the upright back down, and she's grounded with the Queen of Pentacles energy. Yeah, you might want to back down away from that. Authenticity will always be the best remedy. But you can't feed these people diseases with your remedies because your remedies don't fit the narrative of the way that they move. Do they want healing? Right? Because that's going to lead you to accountability. Do you want to be healed? No, they don't. Ascendance is in the reverse. No, they don't. They want to keep making excuses. They want to keep pointing fingers. They want to keep blaming everybody. At some point, you got to lay it all down and surrender it. As difficult as that is for these people to wrap their minds around, that's just the way that it is with the Four of Swords. And they're about to go lay down. They're about to go lay down. The full moon got that ass laying down. Don't dare have a frown. Full moon is saying, take your ass back to childhood and look at yourself. What the hell is wrong with you out here acting like a stone cold idiot? You fool. You fumbled. You fumbled your higher self. That's why you in trouble. Six of Cups retrograde is forcing them. You know, we have free will. You can sit down with yourself and you can decide not to fight against what is real and see it, accept it, sit in it by yourself, do what it is you need to do and move forward and get to work on what it is that needs change. But when you are forced to compromise your own free will because you don't want to exercise your free will to the capacity that you see that it's a gift from the divine to have free will, then your choices are now being made for you and you're going to sit your punk ass down and face yourself. You can't keep running through the world doing this on every moon cycle, on the every day, on the whatever. Page of Cups in the reverse, somebody could be having nightmares about something, okay? The Four of Swords and the Six of Cups. Yeah, you got to face the truth. Nobody's exempt from that, okay? That's the only way to get to your higher self, okay? You could take the short route. You could take the long route. These are people that are not able to come to the next level with us. So the other day, y'all, I was out and about and we were like in this beautiful town, just walking, going into like novelty shops. It's just beautiful, radiant near the water. And so, long story short, I remember looking up and I saw the sun and the moon in the middle of the sky. The moon was to my left and the sun was to my right. And I was standing right in the middle. And I was like, oh, we're in a portal. And the people that I was with, I was like, oh my God, we're in a portal. This is great. So we came across a wishing well. We made a wish and the wish went out and instantly it came true. And we just started to celebrate. It was beautiful, y'all. We had some sushi and some sake. Beautiful experience, right? But we were standing right in the middle of a portal by way of the rites of passage. So when those beautiful opportunities are there and the moon lines up with the sun and you can see the moon in the daytime, when the sun is at its highest peak, oh my God, you better know that the universe is opening doors. Do not miss the opportunity by way of being distracted by people who are stuck in narratives and lies that they need you to play the role in. They need you to be casted in this weird ass lack of accountability state of mind that they are so dedicated to. And now they're forced to watch you with the hangman energy, which means that they're stuck in between realities, not able to move forward with the Two of Wands in the reverse. Listen, that's the truth. Yeah, that's the truth. Spirit just said, you can take that to the bank. Don't write a check that your ass can't cash. You could take that to the bank. Hey, take it to the universal bank. Take it. They're about to go lay down. Go lay down. At some point, you see this weird stuff coming. You're like, lay your ass down. No matter what age these people are, from 8 to 80, dumb, crippled, and crazy, they're still children, and some of them are being reprimanded, getting their ass whooped by the divine. It's called a divine wrath ass whooping. Who else should you be getting an ass whipping from? If it's not the divine, give thanks in that. When the divine whoops your ass, that means you're given another chance to do it again. Don't take for granted that you take another breath. Don't take for granted that you get to move your legs. Don't take none of that for granted. These are ingrates. Find you something better to do. So Spirit was like, oh, y'all can't find you anything better to do? Go take a nap. At some point, all the illusions have to be dealt with. All of the inability and the inadequacies and the insecurities have to be dealt with. There's no way around it. Now, is it going to hurt? Heck yeah, it's going to hurt. 5 of Cups, you might even feel sad. It's just an ego death. Pipe down, ego. You might even feel like your whole life is falling apart. Well, it's okay. Listen, do you really want to surrender to the divine? Were you about to see things happen in real time to bring you to a realization of what you need to take accountability for? Somebody needs to stop projecting. And so since they were warned over and over and over again, and the divine is so patient and peaceful and kind and over, Most High God was like, lay your ass down. Go stand in the corner. Time out for you. Well, when is the time going to be up? I don't know, but you missed the bus with the 2 of Wands in the reverse. You're not going on the field trip. Ace of Cups, though, for the collective. Congratulations. If you did your homework, you know what your homework was. You went within. You're working on yourself. You're feeling good about life. You're accepting the pain, the hurt, that it's all good, that it was never anything to take personal. Don't take this stuff personal. Most of what people do ain't got nothing to do with you. You got something to do with you. You can't control anybody else. You can only control yourself. Master your emotions and eliminate these illusions. Copyright infringement is a new law. Copy that if you want to. I promise you, the outfits, whatever they're copying, it's not going to fit. And that's going to throw them more into an abyss of confusion. You ever seen somebody struggling to be somebody that they can't? Child, that's the best way to end your ass up in some type of weird ass energy. Overall energy, though, is the Hierophant. Whenever people see this, they want to steal it, they want to kill it. Listen, you can only get this from the divine. You can only get this from the divine. You got to be real with your higher self. Hierophant, held to higher honor, higher state of law. We can't do what everybody do. Why would anybody compromise their seat? These are people that want you to focus in on these illusions so that you compromise your spot. And when you don't, it sits their ass down. They got to go lay down and face themselves. Okay, then they'll turn around and say, oh, you're homophobic. No, you're phobic. And you need us to fit that narrative. We really don't give a damn about what people do with their bodies and whatever. That's your own free will. The only thing we care about is the soul. We see the soul. That's it. Where are your feet guiding you to? Are you going towards the North Node? We know whether or not you can get on this bus, and so far, you can't go a damn place because you ain't done your homework. The final exam, you coming onto the bus with other people's homework is not going to cut it. You coming on pretending because you thought you downloaded enough of our authenticity, enough that you could show up and pretend to be us, will always put you in a bubble of struggle where there's nobody there but yourself, and you will stay there until you see yourself and hold yourself accountable. These are not my words. I don't need to cast a spell. This is coming from the Creator. So if they don't like it, they need to get the divine on the phone. And if the divine don't answer you right away, then you need to keep trying to get through. But don't project that energy onto the divine collective, because I promise you, it's just going to put you in the darker night of your soul. Who are these people? Emperor in the reverse, warlock energy. Okay. Oath breakers. They like to break the laws. They like to break the rules. King of Cups energy. Somebody's divine masculine showed up. Master of your own heart. Somebody's in the 9 of Swords, stressed out, messed up. tore up from the floor up. They can't say that you're the problem no more. Somebody saying, will the pain ever stop? Well, that's up to you and your creator. So if you've not given reverence to the divine creator, then whatever you're creating is not connected to divinity. You got some demons you need to slay. Might take you this life, next life. If you're granted another chance, that in itself is still a gift. Listen, even to feel that pain is a gift. How else would you know not to do that anymore? How else would you know what joy is? Yeah, I just heard joy and pain. It's like sunshine and rain. Yeah, you better pay attention. The imprint rebirth. Somebody saying it hurts so much. Okay, will you leave me like the others? I feel like this person, whoever these people are, they were so focused in on you leaving them that they manifested their worst fear. It's like, they gave too much attention to whatever that pain was that was unresolved in the back of their minds. Like, oh, this person's going to leave me. Oh, they're going to do this. They're going to hurt me. Da, da, da. That they really couldn't experience love. They couldn't enjoy the love. King of Cups, Ace of Cups. That somebody manifested their own turmoil and then ran from it, only to run into it again. How many times people going to start hiding from themselves? You started hiding from yourself again? And everywhere you go, there you are again, huh? Okay. Somebody's looking for somebody to resonate with that, and they're finding people that resonate with that. That's a trauma bond. It's people that will encourage you to stay angry, that will feed into your story. They will listen to your pain all day and watch you say the same thing over and over, and they'll feed into it. This is what it is. I mean, I don't know if that's beneficial. Hurt people, and then they all end up hurting each other, and they add more to the pain. Something about burning a bridge to light your way with the Queen of Wands. Fire energy. You got that wand in your hand. So these people thought that you were coming for war. Yeah, that wand might have knocked somebody over. What you did was you put somebody in the bed with themselves, honey. That's all this is. Exile. Somebody's like, oh my God, I'm going through this. No, you're just in the bed with yourself. Didn't we tell you to go lay down? Go lay down, man. Sit down. You ever been around unruly people? Again, from 8 to 80, because age is just a number, unruly to the point where you're in this hierophant energy and you're like, peace be with you. And they just keep doing stuff. And you're just looking at them. You're like, look at you running from yourself. Even if you don't say it, you're like, oh, that's crazy. Okay. Well, let me let you do that because you need to get that out and you need to get that off your chest. And they just doing it and 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 doing it. And then it becomes difficult to watch. And Divine is like, listen, tell them to go lay down. And you're like, hey, the creator told me to tell you to go lay down. Why? Because laying down in the Four of Swords is an opportunity for you to go within. Sometimes you just got to stop and drop. Take a nap. Sit your ass down. And we do it with love, you know what I'm saying? And they like, nobody's that patient, nobody's that loving, we don't know. Nose all running, eyes all, you got eye boogers and nose boogers and tears coming out your ears and everything that you spoke out your ass because you was talking shit got your breath funky. Listen, get yourself together and go lay down, okay? Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Creator. All love, all love. It's okay. It's a grand rising for the star. It's a part of the assignments. It's a part of the assignments, y'all. The stars. You are the men and the women of the cosmos. You are the guardians of the galaxies. You are the masters of the universe. Who said? Creator. That's who said. Because as long as you keep that solid commitment with creator and you're co-creating something divine, something better than what it is that you've ever been, you're now in a new world. You will always be in a new thought that's eternal. This is why I think so many people try to take people's creative ideas and copy them because everything is so finite. It's just final. They're scripted. They don't know. Well, how far does the movie go? Does the movie end right here? So they go and they copy other people because eternally we have creativity. I never run out of creativity, ever. Sometimes I got to slow my creative mind down. I got to literally slow it down like, okay, whew. I created so many things, y'all. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. You'll see. I'm just gonna wait on the dates, but I'm here to tell you that that creative mind is something that has to be redirected. And when you're tapped into source, source will reveal all kinds of things that have already been created. It's really just a time. It's thrilling, it's exciting to experience new emotional experiences in the creativity. Like, really find joy in that. It's so much fun. It really is. It's fun. Star energy, the journey into the realms of infinite possibilities by way of your intuition, intuitively being guided to something divine. Fathom that. There's people there waiting to meet you right now. When two become one, okay? Strength. Yeah, somebody was in an LGBTQ relationship, and whatever they did, the Most High God snatched their power. Okay, this person was abusing their power. I don't know. They could be questioning their sexuality. They could be questioning their sanity. Somebody could be questioning a lot of things about themselves. Okay, clarify. We wish that person nothing but the best, but the show must go on with the Three of Wands as the curtain closes on this old scene, outdated. It's redundant. It's a rerun. It's over. We got new cast members, and they're all high vibrational with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. What? Everybody's watching the show. It's exciting. It's creative. That's just what it is. And in the North Node, everybody's so creative. Everybody's watching. Three of Wands. Let them watch. We love it. It's beautiful. There's light in that. There's listen, it's like just moving forward. Oftentimes the creative mind, the phenomenal mind will look like a fool. They will say that we're all over the place. Well, that's the truth. I heard a beautiful queen, no plagiarism, say the other day, yeah, I'm kind of all over the place because that's where all my blessings are. I thought that is fantastic. Like, she said what it was that I was feeling. And I always like to give people credit for what it is that they say by way of them experiencing creator for themselves. I recognize authenticity. And I thought, man, you said exactly what I've been feeling all my life. People say, you just all over the place. You're like, yeah, I am. That's a form of creativity. That really is. And when you hone in on that divinity and you know how to redirect the energy and take everything in your immediate environment and create something beautiful, oh man, it's a masterpiece. It's a work of art for all to see. Yeah, look, I can't make it up. I love that. I love being a part of the Kindred Soul Tribe. Big shout out to her. She is one of my favorite people on this planet. But yeah, the Seven of Swords, all this stuff is getting uprooted and exposed with the Seven of Pentacles. Where people are putting their time, they're starting to figure out that it's probably not a good investment. Okay. How many times does one have to put their time into Seven of Pentacles, into something that leads them to be sneaky and deceptive? Until they realize that all they have to do is stop neglecting holding themselves accountable in the truth. I don't know how many more times it's going to take, but Spirit says they need to go take a nap. They need to lay down. So something that somebody's not able to do anymore. Yeah, somebody got their either their divinity snatched or their power. But see, they think we're doing this. Creator put them in this situation. Like this chamber, okay? Deep meditation, yeah. Creator put them to sleep. The creator did this. 3355 on the timer. That too is a gift. Because that's creator saying, I'm giving you time to see yourself. Stop. You see, it's not affecting anything that these people over here got going on. The soul tribe, they've already passed their test. And retrograde is coming up and knocking on people's doors in their face. Yeah, we heard you had a little candle magic going on over here. You trying to return to sender what? You mad because you did a return to sender to the divine feminine, divine masculine, and that shit knocked on your back door? You sent it out the front door and it knocked on your back door. Listen, knock it off with all those illusions. Clarify. I just heard somebody's refusing to hold themselves accountable to what it is that they've said. This landed right on top of the pentacle. Somebody's been stripped of their power to do magic, y'all. This is somebody that refuses to take accountability. They're never wrong, and what they did was very wrong. the Emperor in the reverse. Let's just say this person had the ability to see certain things. They abused their power by way of how they delivered the truth, and they did it because they had ulterior motives to gain something on an earthly level. This was never a divine, how do you say, pursuit, right? I'll use the high priestess and the hierophant as an example. There's things that are revealed to us all the time, all the time. We have to really be mindful of our delivery. Most of what we know, we never say. We just sit in the presence of the Creator. We're like, that's crazy. And you just know. But this is somebody that could see, they knew, and they wanted to do this to embarrass people. It's somebody that wanted to dominate. Somebody wanted to pull out all the things that somebody had to go through and make them feel embarrassed. And this is why their power has been stripped away. This person prides themselves on being the magician, but their words are not being honored by the universe because they abuse their power. Creator is dealing with this person, not a spirit, not a jinn, not a demon. This is the Creator pulling somebody into this energy. Okay? Yeah. They sent chaos magic. So chaos is what they're going through right now with the Five of Wands. They sent war. Somebody tried to wage war. I just heard if you want peace, prepare for battle. But we already got people fighting in the spirit realm. We got angels fighting. We don't never have to show up to these battles, y'all. All we got to do is walk through the valley and the illusions of death. There really is no evil. It's only the Most High God there. That's it. So what was this? Somebody was projecting their own inner fears out into the collective with a little bit of knowledge that they had. See, this is the thing about intuitives and oracles. You're held to a higher standard. Just because we know don't mean we got to speak on it. You know how many people I know that be like, hey, Neff, child, they doing the most behind the scenes. I'll be like, hey. Yeah, that's not my business. That's not my business. The Creator is my business. I'm here to experience all the beautiful things that Creator wants us all to experience. That's what I'm here for. Although sometimes we just are out here knowing. We know. It's like y'all be knowing. Yeah, we be knowing. Sometimes we never show it. But yes, we know it. And you about to go lay down. She did something to me. He did something to me. They're doing something to me. No, we're not. We don't need to do nothing to you. But everything you touch, look at the two fingers. Until you do right by me, everything you touch is gonna crumble. Come on in, collective. Five of Wands. Somebody abused their power. Now they sitting up trying to dig their way up out of an illusion, but they still watching. What you looking at? What you looking at through the looking glass? Weren't you told to go take a nap and lay your bum ass down? Your little magic been stripped away from you. Now you don't have your power. Oh man, you spoke a lot. King of Swords in the reverse. It's a nasty little warlock. Who are these frustrated masculines? I feel like they sexually frustrated. I do. I feel like they struggling with their sexuality, their spirituality. They don't know what they want. They want to devour the divine feminine's like passion and her beauty and all of that and speak bad and project. And I'm like, they're sexually frustrated because they can't get to that divine cup. So they want to dirty up the cup. They want to, yeah, 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 yum, 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 yum. That's what they sound like when they talking shit. Yum, 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 yum. I'd be like, oh my God. Well, womp womp, yada yada, sis boom ba. They don't even say nothing that needs to be translated, man. Talking for nothing, saying nothing about nothing. Who are these weird ass men? Struggling with their sexuality. Somebody struggling with their sexuality. They don't want to admit that they like men, so they just attack women. That's what this is about. And then you got somebody you were in a relationship with that's mad at you and they feel like they don't deserve you. Okay. This is a heterosexual man that's struggling with a whole bunch of stuff, not to put their business out here, but for educational purposes. Everybody needs to learn from this. Look at this. Learn from this or burn from it. Okay. It's a burn. It's a bad burn. Somebody's got three. Somebody's got 3 dimensions of 3rd degree burns, man, from the fire that they sent out with this black magic. Man, you got the Knight of Cups energy. Okay. People are afraid to be abandoned by people after lying. They're afraid that people will see them as a liar, as a manipulator, And I feel like their worst nightmares are coming true. People are abandoning the liars, the manipulators, because people are deciding to see for themselves. Go within. Okay. Yeah, look, I can make this up. Temperance energy. The angels are helping to balance this out. The Ace of Cups and Temperance. With all that was said, with all that needed to be known, honey, baby, this is what it is. Somebody's getting exposed. The sun in the reverse, okay? Sun in the reverse could be cloaking, trying to cover this up, submerged in the darkness. I mean, the sun is in the reverse, so that's the absence of light. And somebody doesn't want people to be enlightened by the fact that you are definitely the divine empress. Oh my God, I can't make it up. What's the sun in the reverse? Somebody doesn't want you to show up for how you are. It's a copyright infringement person, okay? This person is going through some type of death process, okay? Spirit put them there. Yeah, spirit put them there. Listen, we ain't got time to waste our time to create no death spell or whatever they think we doing. Trust me, the North Node is North Noding, and baby, it is lit. We could tell them what goes on in the North Node, but that would make them a little bit too inquisitive. And Spirit is saying they haven't been invited. They were told to lay down, go take a nap. Four swords in death, child. These people are off the chain. Clarify. And they're mad because we're telling their story with the lovers, okay? A lot of witches were like secretly in love with the divine feminine and mad because she with her divine masculine. These people got issues, man. They really got issues. And then you got some men that are mad because they really want men and their stories are coming out in the public eye. Okay, so they feel embarrassed. But this is what happens when they try to show up in our energy. They're giving us permission. They're forfeiting their power. Strength in the reverse. Whenever they try to come in our energy, they need to know they're going to be read. But then they get mad because we're exposing them. Well, why you come trying to knock at the door of the North Nodes? We got angels that told us 6 months ago what you guys were going to do. Hell, I knew when I was 6 years old what all these people were going to do. So when I ran into these people, I'm like, oh, it's you. I saw you when I was 6 years old. Okay. I know the way this story goes, and I know how I'm not written in the story. And that's just what it is. But with the lovers and the Ace of Cups, yeah, it's weird because the copycat energy is almost like somebody doing love spells over somebody that they want to be to get your love, to hope to manifest the way you do. Faking love. That's fake love. That's not genuine. Pure love can only come from the creator. Plain and simple. I don't know. Yeah, the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Oh, well, something seems to have backfired horribly. You got the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Some of these people are being seen and something backfired real fast. Nine of Wands in the reverse is no protection and it's backfiring quick. Clarify? Somebody needs to stop working with their menses. Somebody's working with their menstrual blood. I'm just going to expose you. You're weird as hell. You're weird. Now you got an issue of blood. That's the best way to go barren because you're using your blood for something very dark and nasty. Seven of Wands in the reverse. Spirit says to let you know if you're watching or if you catch this message spiritually in the ethers after you were told to lay down wherever Most High God is putting y'all. Because Most High God said, I got a special place for these ones. They going to go lay down. The Seven of Wands in the reverse. They have no spiritual protection, nothing to hide them. Meaning anything we need to know, we going to know. There's nothing protecting them. There's nothing that is deserving of protection when everything's a lie, when they were told to deal with their lying ass selves and they didn't want to. So now it has to be exposed. Somebody got to tell the truth about the situation. These people were trying to dig up dirt. Somebody's using blood. Yeah, get that shit up out of here. You got blood in a jar, girl. You nasty. We got to call you out. There has to be a level of embarrassment because I think this is how this person feels in the presence of themselves. The cups in the reverse represents a jar. Trying to tap into people's energy. Girl, you crazy. You better stop that. Get up out of that. Go lay your ass all the way down. Your illusions have been shattered. This is a group of witches, warlocks. They just mad. They're mad because, again, the Six of Cups is giving them a reminder. And you would think that with those reminders, they would do something differently, right? 44 on the timer. They would do something differently. No, things got worse. They went and did more. They went to revamp their magic. They went to try to create something new using our energy. And when they found out that our energy could absolutely expose them, now they're running and they're not able to go to the next level. Seven of Swords. This was last night. Yeah, look, y'all are weird. Queen of Cups. You tried to bind yourself to a King of Cups and a Queen of Cups, okay? A sweetheart, okay? You could be any sign, born on any day. This is water element. That's psychic abilities. Still waters run deep. The Queen of Swords, don't take it personal. When we speak that truth, I promise you, it's going to awaken you. It's going to offend you. It's going to trigger you. It's going to awaken you. We're not here to appease the masses. We're here to witness the great works of the divine master of all masters, the creator that created everything in the galaxy. Why do people think that there's something bigger going on when we're just a speck in the universe? There's planets that are bigger than Earth. We talking about the galaxies that's infinite. NASA doesn't even know how far the galaxies goes, okay? You messing with that creator? Yeah, you got to be slow. You got to be slow. You might want to rewrite your script and reroute and debunk or whatever you got to do. You're being forced to go within and see yourself with the hermit energy. Some of these people are afraid to be away from us because they don't have any creativity without us. You got the Page of Wands and the Ten of Cups, getting the news that the soul tribe is soul tribing. Yeah, I can't make it up. Clarify that left eye. Somebody's giving evil eyes. Somebody's paying somebody to do this, child. Woo-wee. Didn't we predict on the last moon cycle they were going to go broke, paying for spell work? That's a form of karma. That's a form of karma. Going broke, paying for spell work that doesn't work because you're just committed to a lie and you don't want to admit your truth and you don't want to hold yourself accountable. And the person that's taking your money going to keep taking your money. Six of Pentacles. They're going to keep taking your money. Let's just start with the fact that you're paying somebody else to do magic. You ain't even strong enough to manifest on your own, which means you could never be a master. You're just a slave. Well, so shall it be. Who are we to get in between a master and a slave? These people seem to have an agreement between one another. You, your practitioner, and you. Yeah, you're going to do the spell work. Yeah, okay, send me this amount of money. You're not even strong enough to do your own spell work per se. Why? Because you know that what you're doing is wrong. Clarify. Four Wands in the reverse. This shit is being uprooted. This is spiritual community, y'all. Fake collective is being collected and snatched up by the moment right now. Four Wands in the reverse. It's like a fake group of people, okay, that are secretly doing things behind the scenes and they don't like the fact that they're being exposed. And the Ten of Pentacles is in the reverse. I'm trying to tell you what I know. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Oh, well, we split the deck right at the right part of the deck at the right point. The Tower. This does conclude this message. Remember to take what resonates for educational purposes. You're going to see a whole community of people go into poverty, only to find out that their practitioners can't go up against the divine, that will keep trying their hand at magic. And when they run out of money, they will abandon them. That's not a relationship. That's people being released from people that they allowed to master them and take advantage of them and take their money, telling them that they can attach themselves to a divine being. And somebody's using blood in their magic. Somebody's using blood in their magic. So you know what that means. That means that if you offer blood to a spirit and a demon, then blood is what they want. So when they come for you and take your life and lay you down, and the Most High God says, okay, I'm giving you permission. This person's time is up. Just know that blood has to be shed. Ooh-wee. That got a little dark at the end. Close the door, creator. I don't want to channel it. Spirit was like, do your job, Neff. Okay. I love it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because once it gets to this level, somebody did way too much. They would have never stopped, so they needed to be stopped. And they didn't see it coming. Oh, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Somebody's laying up right now waiting for the spell work to kick in. And using their menstrual blood is next level. Whatever you're doing with that menstrual blood, trying to be the divine feminine, child, that is crazy. Some of these people will be same sex just to get your energy. They will be heterosexual just to get your energy. Why? Because they're vampires. That's why. They got a taste for blood, which is why they always using blood. Waiting on that stuff to kick in. That's the best way for this to backfire. It's a gift. You know why? Because I feel like their own fears, their own insatiable, lustful desires has led them to a tower. And that makes it easier for us. Dang, I just dropped it on the floor. Hold on. And you know what's so funny? Look at the way the cards fell. Spirit says, take it exactly how it fell. The moon in the reverse, tower in the reverse, and the nine of pentacles is a fast moving tower. Damn. There's no coincidences, not even by way of how the cards fell. This is the message. Remember to take what resonates, leave what does not. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hype us up over here at Spiritual Court TV. Comment respectfully. Let me know if you like the reading. I will be back with more downloads, and I'll see you soon. As always, peace be with you.